I greet you in Jesus' precious name. It is Saturday morning, the 25th of April, 2026, and this is your friend, Angus Buchan, with a thought for the day. We start off in the book of Acts, chapter 13, verse 45. But when the Jews saw the multitudes, they were filled with envy, and contradicting and blaspheming, they opposed the things spoken by Paul. If we go down a little bit further to verse 49, and the word of the Lord was being spread throughout all the region. And then we go down a little bit further to verse 50. Paul and Barnabas were then expelled from their region. Envy. Envy is a terrible thing, folks. And what does envy mean? I was speaking to my wife about it. I said, what do you think the definition of envy is? She says, somebody wanting to be like you, whoever that person may be, or wanting to have what you have. That's what envy is. Now, the Jews saw the way in which the multitudes were responding to the gospel of Paul and Barnabas preaching about Jesus, that they became envious. They wanted what they had, but they didn't have it, and they weren't prepared to change. We need to be so careful about how we conduct ourselves. You remember the old story about the old preacher who was accused by all the local churches in town of sheep stealing, taking members of their churches and bringing them to his church. He said, no, I'm not sheep stealing. He said, but if the grass is greener on my side of the fence, I can't stop the sheep jumping over the fence. Oh, my dear friend, we don't have to be envious of anyone. All we have to do is to preach the gospel. That's what Paul said to Timothy. Preach the gospel. Not a type of gospel, not a compromised gospel, the whole gospel. Not changing it to suit the crowd. People don't like that, folks. People want the truth, they want it straight, and they want it from the heart, filled with lashings of love. Perfect love, cast out all fear. We really need to get our acts together. No one should be left out. And folks, if people envy you, well, you know what the Lord Jesus said? He said in Luke chapter 6, verse 23, he said, rejoice in that day and leap for joy, for indeed your reward is great in heaven. That's when people exclude you, they cast you out, they actually hate you, and they do it for the sake because they are envious of what you've got. Do not compromise the gospel. Jesus bless you and goodbye.